Hi everyone, this is Jane here again from Crystal Sparkles Readings. Just here to pop down a card for the day for us. So we're going to have a little shuffle of the black and white Faulkner deck. A little shuffle and pop down our card for the day. So, lovely. Our card for today is, as you can see, the Lovers. Now, the Lovers is one of the major arcana cards. So it's quite a big card in the tarot deck, and it's all about love. Really, it does do what it says on the tin. It talks about passion, it talks about loving connections, it talks about balance, it talks about all that kind of thing. So in general, it's talking about love and being passionate. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic love. This can apply it to anybody. You know, if you're not out there looking for romantic love, you might be looking for a passion in life, you know, some kind of career opportunity that you get really passionate about. There's loads and loads of different connotations for the Lovers, and it can also talk about choices, and I feel like that's what I'm looking at today, really, more than the love side of things. I feel like I'm looking at decisions and choices, and maybe you needing to look at your options, because you certainly have options. When the Lovers card turns up, it's all about, you know, your options and what you have to look forward to, what you have to choose between. As you can see, this deck's very different from the traditional Rider-Waite, and those of you that watch my stuff will know that this is the deck I work with all the time. But you can see with this couple, you know, they're hand in hand. You know, one's dressed in white, one's dressed in black. So that's showing you the different choices, different options, and maybe the opposites. It can also talk about things like opposites attracting to each other. But you can also see that they are on a pathway, and you know, they're moving forward, and they're kind of at the beginning of the path, and they're moving up. And sometimes this path to me looks like a real uphill path. And it does look quite uphill today, and sometimes it looks really flat, and I know that sounds completely weird, and it's the same card and it should look the same every time we look at it, but that is not how it works with this deck. You will spot different things in it all the time, and it is sometimes it looks different. You'll notice different things, and with this particular card, sometimes you will notice that pathway looks really easy, sometimes it looks really tough, sometimes it looks a bit uphill, sometimes it looks quite flat and it's nice and easy. So it just depends what you're picking up in that card today. And in today's card, it does look a bit like a bit of an uphill slope. It doesn't look like it's a great big struggle to get up there, but it does feel like you've got to really sort of put one foot in the other, in front of the other, and keep pushing forward. So in terms of an energy for the day, I feel like looking at having choices, having to decide what you want to make progress with. You might have options that are, one's very black, one's very white. You might have a feeling that actually it's not easy, it's not an easy ride, it's a bit like hard work. It's not like a real struggle, but it's a bit of an effort. So that's how I feel today in that energy of the Lovers. I feel like I am plodding forward, but I'm feeling like it's a bit uphill. Okay, so be sort of aware today that you might really need to dig in a little bit and be quite determined. I feel like this need to be quite determined about where you want to go. So yeah, that's where I feel like I am with the Lovers. Sometimes the Lovers can be such a kind of really lovely, refreshing energy. Sometimes it can be a bit of a plod, and it feels like it's a bit of a plod today. So let's have a look. But you know, that doesn't surprise me really, because you know, I'm just looking outside the window here where I am in South London, and it is grey as grey can be, and that can make you feel a bit ploddy sometimes. So let's have a little look and see what we've got in the Oracle, Wisdom of the Oracle deck. To just go with the lovely lovers and see what else we've got to say about the day. Okay, so serendipity. So this kind of is, I don't know what to say about it really, because on the face of it they seem unconnected, but I'm sure that they're not, because that seldom is the case. So let me tell you a little bit about the serendipity card. This is a card of kind of good fortune really, and things all coming together at the right time, and you know, sort of, they're not coincidence, but things happening in synchronicity with each other, and to just kind of almost just kind of go with the flow. It can talk about your luck changing. It can talk about really good opportunities that coming into you, and it's almost like something arrives just when you need it. It's just at the right time. You know, you might be in a situation where you are at home, you're running out of biscuits, and your workplace, they have too many biscuits and they give you a box of biscuits, and just when you're running out at home you get this new box of biscuits arrive. So I don't know why I'm talking about biscuits, but that's the way that my guide is showing me how this can work. You know, when you just think, oh, I must get some biscuits on the way home, and someone gives you a packet of biscuits, or I must get some milk, and somebody gives you some milk. So it's almost like, you know, just when you need something, it arrives just at the right time. And it's like it's a bit of a magical thing really. It's that kind of energy where you're just like, whoa, how did that happen just when I needed it to? And you're like, well, it happened just when you needed it to, because that's what the universe will do. It will give you something just when you need it. So that's what we're talking about here. And you know, maybe that's where we are with the lovers. You know, where we're in this energy of kind of plodding forward and feeling like maybe we might need a bit of a kickstart, or a bit of a kind of inspiration to keep us going, something that needs to be shown to us to make us know that it's worth plodding up that hill. Then the serendipity card can come in and show you something that makes it all worth it, and kind of inspires you to keep walking up that hill. You know, sometimes when we're with a person and we can kind of be like, oh, do you know what? I really don't know whether this is going anywhere. Not really feeling like they're interested, or, you know, just not feeling like everything's gelling together. And all of a sudden they do something that just makes us go, oh, I've obviously completely misread that then, because they so are interested. And, you know, it can be that. So I would say to you, go with the flow today. Be ready to plod forward and to make things happen, but also be ready to receive something magical that makes it all worthwhile. I will leave that with you today, and I'll be back again tomorrow to pop down another card for the day. Do tune in to my Periscope broadcast. I'm going to try and keep them to this sort of time of day if I can. Or tune into my YouTube channel, which is Crystal Sparkles. And I will be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.